there was me trying to do a nice, pretty aesthetic intro. I can't even get the candle lit now. There we go. And I end up just making a mess of it. So here we are. Okay, now where do I put this? Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. That was a mess. Anyway, nice aesthetic warm candle. This week I am back with a plan with me video for my weeklies. So as you can see, I've already got one of my weeklies done and I'm going to be setting up a couple more. I took last week off of posting a video because I ended up just not having the time, to be honest. It was a very busy week and I will get into that more in a second. But for now, we're going to do some weeklies. So I already have my February spread all set up. Oh no, it transferred. My ink's not drying as quick as it used to. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, that's fine. So this is my April spread. I kind of mimicked slightly what I did the previous month because I quite liked the layout. So this is what I've done, and then I've added my little reading challenge because the theme that I've gone for this month is bookish. So I've got my bookish kit that I made, which is available for download on my Patreon and also available as sticker sheets in my shop. So yeah, I did miss this. There's a video for this one as well. So if you're looking for some inspiration for a monthly setup, or you want to check out how I did it, then you can check that video out. And then I only set this one up like yesterday because my start of my week was quite a slow start because I was away at the weekend. So I decided to just jump in, do a smaller kind of weekly spread, and then leave one page for like just a huge place to put all the thoughts out of my head. Not necessarily to-do list, more just kind of somewhere I could put all my things onto paper, because I was feeling quite overwhelmed with ideas and what I was going to do next, because I've just launched my website. So now that that big task is out of the way, I'm kind of like, okay, where do I go now? So this was more of kind of an exercise of putting everything on paper that I had in my head and that I would like to get onto at some point soon. So yeah, I did that, which was very nice. It was very helpful and has helped me kind of figure out where the next few weeks I want to like spend my time as well. So that was very, very beneficial. So I recommend doing a weekly, I called it a brain dump. I don't like the term brain dump. And then I saw a person on Instagram and they used the term defrag. And if you had a computer in like the 90s, then you probably understand what that means. Basically, you had to defragment your computer to make sure that it ran properly. And she used it in a term where she meant like her brain. She needed to defragment her brain, and I just thought it was hilarious. So I think I might just call it that from now on. It was Laura Jane Barnes. She's like a social media, like Instagram help type person, the small business helper. I don't know what the proper term is, but she's great. You should follow her on Instagram if you don't already. But yeah, that's what she said on her Instagram stories, and I thought that's fab. So I think from now on I might call my brain dumps defrags, because most of the time the reason I'm doing a brain dump is not as a to-do list, it's just to get things out of my head so that I have more space to actually think. So anyway, that was very beneficial. So we'll jump into doing more. I don't know how many weekly spreads I'm going to get set up. I should probably look and see actually how many are left for the month of April. And like let me see, 1, 2, 3 and 2 days. So we'll do 3 more weeks, and then those 2 days can go into May. So we'll do 3 weeks. I might not get the full 3 weeks set up in this weekly spread, so we'll see how I go. But for now I will just jump right in and see what happens. Let's see. So sticking with kind of the bookish theme a little bit, I think. I don't have many stickers left in this kit, so I might see if I have any of the dark academia ones that I did, because I did 2 color schemes. I did light and dark. So let me check out my pile of sticker sheets. They might be in a different pile somewhere. So how are we all? Are you glad that it's April? Can you believe it's April? I feel like the days have just flown by. I don't think there's any There's some more bookish ones here, although I think those are cut funny. Let me have a look elsewhere. Yeah, so March was a very busy month for me, and it meant it felt very fast. It felt like I kind of flew through it. Okay, I thought I had more of my Dark Academia versions of those sticker sheets, but I do not. So I have pulled out my other book themed sticker sheets. So I've got the book lover one, and I will use this as well. I might not even need it fully, but we'll see what happens. It's there if I need it. Anyway, we'll stick with washi tape first. So I feel like I keep wanting to use this one. It's quite thick. I just don't know if it's gonna work, is it? What do we think? Yeah, we'll go for it. Let's go for it. So we'll go with, there's just a way that I used to do my spreads where, yeah, I laid them out like this. What size was the washi tape? So it was just shy 1. So we'll do it. Did I do it? I dropped one, like, there we go. So yeah, March was an extremely busy month for me. I had a lot going on, both personal life and business life. This one doesn't rip as easy. Business life and personal life. Just had a lot going on. I had a play to go see that my dad was in, which was awesome. And then the day after that, I took part in the International Women's Day event up in Belfast for the youth services, which was amazing. Super amazing to take part in, and I loved it. And it was out of my comfort zone, but I'm so glad I did it. It was a great experience, and it taught me a lot, and it made me realize just how much I would actually like to do a lot more in-person journaling events. So hopefully that will be something that I can start to do a little bit more of. I have been in talks with somebody about an exciting plan for later in the year. I can talk more about that at a later date. But for now, I'm trying to kind of figure out if there's somewhere local that I can find to do in-person kind of journaling classes, kind of like a book club but for journaling. That's the hope anyway, so that we can kind of do like a semi-regular meetup, and I can kind of provide some tools, some supplies, and like prompts and help, and it could be themed or it could be just, you know, journal whatever you feel like, because there's a lot of different types of journaling. So yeah, it's in the works anyway, some ideas. Other than that, I worked super hard on launching my website, which is now live, so you can go check it out. I will link it in the description below. So that was really fun to do. A lot of hard work, lots and lots of hard work, and I did it in a very short space of time. I gave myself quite a deadline, and I knew I really wanted to stick to it. So I did. I stuck to it, and I wanted longer days of the week. Do I have any more longer days of the week? Yeah, I stuck to it and I got it done, and I'm really proud of it. I actually ended up doing some new photography as well, because I really wanted sort of the aesthetic of the website to match how I wanted the brand to kind of start feeling a bit more like, kind of just upgraded it a little bit. So I played about with some photography using lots of natural light and shadows, and I absolutely loved how it turned out. So I would love your opinion on that as well. So if you get a chance to check out my website, please let me know what you think. So I don't have everything that I used to have on my Etsy. I didn't move everything over, so there's a few things that have been kind of discontinued. Some things I will be bringing back. I just need to tweak them a little bit to match more of how I do things now. You'll see as well with these sticker sheets, I have changed the formatting, so like you can kind of tell the difference in these ones. These ones are really early ones. They're smaller sticker sheets and they've got a different kind of header. every sticker sheet now has the exact same format. So you've got the banner at the top, you've got the name of the sticker sheet, my little skew, that's just for like my purposes, and then the background has like a grid. It's kind of hard to tell, but there's like a little faint grid in the background, and then my website at the bottom. So every sticker sheet looks like this now. So I've had to kind of tweak and change things. So obviously the days of the week I've had to fit them into a bigger sheet and that sort of thing. So yeah, there was a lot of work involved, but I'm really happy with how it all turned out. I really want to use these type, but I wanted the long versions because it's going to look a bit silly with just that, unless I do that and the day afterwards. Or do I stick with just these? Like, if I do these ones and then do the date afterwards, no, it's too short. It's too short. I'm gonna have to print more of these. So yeah, I worked really hard on that, and peachy pink, brown, green. What other stickers are we gonna use? Okay, I might go with the green, the light green or the dark green, because then I feel like it'll complement like this sticker. Go with this one. Let's go with the lighter one. So I got everything updated on the website, so more stuff will be coming, and I will add more to the shop as I go. I have more plans for different things. I will be, in my next shop launch, I will be releasing a like an icons sticker sheet in different colorways. So like in the colorways that I have, I've got this one, I've got that peachy pinky kind of one. I think I have one more colorway. I need to double check the website to see if I actually put that up or not. But I will be adding icons, so it'll be things like grocery shopping, or like fitness, or taking your medicine, or you know, just daily reminders like bills, those kind of icons, like lots of different icons. My only thing is I'm not sure whether to do icons all in one sheet as a mixture, or to offer them as individual sheets, or maybe I do both. So I would love to know your opinion on that in the comments. Like, would you rather have a mixture, or would you rather them all individual? Or maybe you would like the option of both, because maybe you use more of one than the other, because I feel like I'm like that. So let me know what you think. Okay, let's do a little bit of decorating. The thing about this is I tend to do this method whenever I'm like not really sure how my week's gonna go, because it gives me plenty of space. I don't take up too much with decoration, but it's still a nice amount of decoration, because I can use this space to do a little mini collage. So I can use this, or I can use the other one. I think I'll use this one for this week's, because I can use this sticker here as like my base. So I need to put a little bit of paper or something down here, a little bit of an ephemera. Let me get something to pop it in there. Let's see. Oh, here's the dark version. This is the printable version that you would get from my Patreon. If you are on the Cozy Corner tier, you get access to the printables. I do now actually have a physical mail tier as well, so I will talk more about that in a minute. But this is the darker version compared to the lighter version. Obviously, this is the sticker sheet format, this is the printable format. They're slightly different, but actually, I wonder if this would work. I could layer that now, or I could layer this. Maybe I'll do that. And potentially some papers from a book like this. That could work. Okay, let's try those. Excuse the squeakiness in my chair. Oh, there's the light version on the back too. Do I want to do the light one? I think I'll do the light one. Okay. Scissors. Where's my scissors? Sorry, I feel like this. I feel chaotic. I feel like I'm rushing. I need to take a breath. So yeah, now my website's done. I decided my next focus was going to be on Patreon, because I started off my Patreon as where it was more to do with like prompts and lives, and you could get like a printable kit, and you would print it at home yourself and you could cut it out, or if you had like a silhouette or a cricket, you could cut it out with one of those, because I sent them as PNG files with no background, so it makes it easier if you want to cut it with a machine. But I also have, from the start, I have wanted to do a physical mail tier. I just was a little apprehensive about doing it right off the bat. I wanted to kind of get a feel for how I wanted to do my journaling kits and stuff first, which I was very glad of doing because I have changed it a little bit to how I started. Okay, cut me off, don't know where it stopped. They won't be the exact same every time, but you will always get 2 sticker sheets, and it will be whatever theme we've decided for that month. Most of the time I do polls, although for the month of May, I already have a decision made because there's a theme I really, really want to do for May. So that's going to be a little bit of a surprise for now. But normally I put up polls and you can help me decide what kind of themes you want, and so then you get the 2 sticker sheets, and then you'll get like a die cut sticker, or you'll get a piece of ephemera, or some washi samples, or just something fun and extra to add on. So that is the physical mail tier, and it's actually opened internationally, so anybody can join. You don't have to be in the UK, and at the minute there is only 10 slots, I think. How many is opened? I think 3 people have joined it so far. I opened it on the 2nd of April. So as of me creating this video, I think we're at 3, so that means there's 7 left. I can open up more. I don't want to go overboard with it and like stress myself out because I've never done the physical meal tier reward system before. So I want to make sure to take my time with it, but I'm very excited about it. I am pumped about the idea of like making it really special in terms of how we package it. So I'm coming up with all sorts of ideas for the packaging and how to make it really special and really like, I just want it to be like a little package of joy for people to open so that they can use it in their journals every month, which would be super, super exciting. I love that idea. So they will get sent out at the end of every month, which is awesome. Let's see if I can fold this. This might be a better option. Right. There we go. Ta-da! Perfect. Alright. Oh, do you know what? A little bookcase probably would have been really nice in there. I'll maybe do that for the week after. What am I like? So indecisive when it comes to journaling. Hands up if you're the same. But yes, okay, so back to why I ended up not having a video out last Sunday. So I am a part of a Patreon by Emily Harvey Art. I joined Emily's Patreon back in like July 2020. I didn't even have a shop open yet. I was just in the beginning phases of starting my journey as a business owner. I was pregnant and I knew that I really wanted to make a go at having my own business and working for myself, especially now that I was like about to have a kid. I didn't like the idea of having to go and like work for somebody else and be away from my kid. I wanted to be able to like make my own hours. So that is what kind of spurred me on to think about what I wanted to do next. I don't know what I want to do with this here. So yes, that is kind of what made me find Emily. I found her on YouTube and then I binge watched tons of her videos, and then I realized she has she had a Patreon. She opened her Patreon in the end of 2019, so she'd had it open for about probably 6-7 months by the time I started joining, and at that stage she started doing like Zoom calls and that sort of thing, and her Patreon's just grown and grown ever since. And basically she does like she helps small businesses, but she also does like art and art and like stationery and stuff. Like she makes goodie boxes and things, but a lot of the stuff is about supporting small businesses and Basically, she has grown her Patreon community and just the community in general into this really amazing, supportive place. And this year marks 5 years since she kind of started her whole journey as like wanting to do small business stuff when she had a kid who was very small. So to kind of mark that and to celebrate her Patreon, she decided to do an in-person event. So that was Friday past, and well, not Friday past for you, but the Friday before that. So it was just like a casual kind of meetup. We all met up and there was like an event and we did things throughout the day. There was like a really fun bingo, and we did like, there was a raffle, and then there was like mingling, and there was food, and it was just the most fun time. And my friend Sandra, she did a calligraphy class with us all, and it was just a wonderful experience. And that's why I was unable to get a video out, because the previous week I had just managed to launch my website. I was like in the throes of doing all of that, and then I had to prepare for travelling because the event happened in Manchester and I live in Northern Ireland, so I had to fly and pack and all that stuff, sort out the kiddo with where he was going to be staying and stuff, and so that kind of took up some time, and I was going to try and rush and get a video ready, and then I thought, no, I'm very tired and that's going to be a bit of a crappy video, to be quite honest, if I had have rushed it. So decided to just give myself a break and just not post. And the video I was going to put up was going to be a journaling essentials, because there was an extra month and an extra week in the month, so it was the video that I was going to use to fill that spot, but that didn't happen. I will still do that video, I just don't know exactly when that's going to go up. It will be soon enough, but for now we're back to normal scheduling, and I am faffing around trying to figure out what I want to do for my dates, because I don't have the right amount here, because Monday's date is the 8th, and I have the 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th, but I don't have 12, 13 or 14, so I'm missing those, and I don't know if I have any more of those in here. If I do, they're in different colours. Let's use these ones, that'll do. I'm like distracting myself by talking. So it's the 8th. I don't even know if all these colours match. We're just gonna go for it because I feel like all these colours are in this sticker sheet or this washi tape anyway, so it kind of works. That'll do the job. So yes, that is why there was no video last Sunday, and we're back to normal scheduling now. Bit of a slow start to the week because my kid is off for midterm right now, and he will be back in on Monday, so the day after this video goes out he will be back in for his regular scheduling, and I'll be able to get back to more work. I have just been kind of slowly easing my way in and trying to decide which colour thing to use. We'll use this one to outline. So easing myself back in and taking my time, doing little bit by little bit. So my first task was to post about my physical meal tier on Patreon. So I did that. I got everything updated. I've updated my graphics on Patreon too, so they're a little bit more the style of what I feel like fits the Patreon now. Previously they were like illustrated little banners, and although that technically still fits because I illustrate sticker sheets, it just didn't feel like it fit the vibe, so I ended up changing them, and I really like how they turned out. So I'd love to know what you think of the updated graphics. And then obviously I added the new tier, so that is the moon meal tier, physical meal. So now I have a tip jar tier, a cozy corner tier, and a moon meal tier. And tip jar, basically you get like behind the scenes, work in progress, newsletter, updates and the likes, and just an all-around kind of way to support me if you like my stuff. And then the Cozy Corner tier, you get a printable journaling kit page. So that is like the one I showed you earlier. And then you also get a live stream. Normally I am live streaming once a month to do journaling, so we can journal together, or you can just watch along as I journal. Usually it's setting up my monthly, like this one, or like the April one. I just do it live and have a chat. I would like to potentially add more live streams in. I just need to kind of find where in my schedule that would fit. Do you know what? I think that might be it. I feel like I could do with putting something here, but I don't want to overdo it, so I might just leave it there. Although this little cup is telling me that it likes the idea of being put alongside these stickers here. Do I use the old sticker sheet version? This is not cut very well, is it? No. Maybe not. Maybe there's another cup somewhere. Nah, we'll just leave it. I think that looks fine. So that is the first week spread. And then next week, how are we going to plan next week's, what was I just saying? I've lost my train of thought. I think I was talking about Patreon. Basically, so yeah, the Cozy Corner tier, you get the live streams. I would like to have more if I can. You get all the stuff from the previous tier. You get the printable, and you get prompts. That's the other one. So I provide a prompt every month for journaling with, so it gives you an idea of something that you can write in your journals if you're feeling a little bit stuck. And also, usually I create a printable alongside it, so you can use the printable to write if you don't have a specific journal, or if you just want to kind of write notes on it, something like that. And then the moon meal tier is the physical meal that I explained earlier, with the 2 sticker sheets and the extra bonus and everything from the other tiers as well. So that is all the updates on the Patreon stuff. I think I'm going to use this washi. I haven't used it in a while. So yeah, I'm excited about everything that that has been happening. I kind of did that little like brain dump section in the other week recently as a way to kind of get my thoughts out of my head, because you know, I want to start thinking about how I want to package my moon meal tier, make it really special, but I also want to keep an eye on making sure I have myself organized for my next shop updates and things. So I've got the icons planned out for that one. I want to bring back bookmarks. I need to test kind of making my own in-house, because I made my own before and then I got them manufactured and I had a few issues with it, but they also were very nice, like thickness and quality. But then the previous ones that I made before, I quite like the quality of those too, because I don't like my bookmarks to be too thick personally. So yeah, I need to experiment a little bit with that, doing some in-house printing and cutting, because I have a lot of different designs and I feel like I could do a whole collection of just bookmarks for one of my updates, and do it that way, where I just have a lot of the different collections that I already have in my shop and use that artwork to make the bookmarks, and potentially even do the same with notebooks, because I have ran out of my notebooks. I think I actually found one I forgot that I had, so I might put that up on the website. But yes, I think I will look through all of my designs and maybe do a collection of notebooks as well, so that I can do little kits as well. So one of my plans is I will be making my notebooks again, the doc grid ones, and it'll be almost like a little small tester version of like a journal that you can maybe try out to see if you like the idea of bullet journaling, or if you want to use it as like a I don't like that. If you want to use it as a different type of journal, like memory journaling or morning pages, but you still want to use it like decoratively, or even if you want to use it like a bullet journal, but maybe you don't do as like elaborate spreads and stuff. So I think my notebooks have 48 pages. They're A5, similar in size to this. They have a dot grid, 0.5 dot grid, so it's 0.5 centimeters or 5 millimeters grid, so it'd be the same as like a bullet journal. You just don't get as many pages in it, so it's like a smaller version. So what I was thinking is I would have those, and also then my journaling kits with all of the functional stickers, and potentially doing an add-on for decorative as well, so then I could have it as one big kit, and I could do it where you get a notebook and the decorative sticker sheet and a functional sticker sheet kit that all matches and are all kind of similar, and that would be like a little bundle that you could buy, so that if you're a beginner or if you want to like gift it to somebody, it would be like a really nice little bundle, and then I can figure out how I want to package that as well. So these are all sorts of ideas that are rumbling around in my head, and I need to kind of get myself organized on, so I need to get going on that. Also, I have plans for a bigger kind of thing that I want to do at the end of the year, so I need to kind of think more about that. I announced it to my Patreons last month or the month before, so if you're a Patreon, you can expect to start seeing some polls and stories and stuff about that, because I have a lot of decisions to make and I'm going to need some help. So you can expect to see that over my Patreon. I will probably have a public Patreon post every once in a while about it, so if you didn't know, you can join the Patreon on like the free tier, so you might get the odd update every once in a while. Also, I forgot to mention, I do have a free trial on my Patreon now for the Cozy Corner tier, so that's the tier where you get the printable kit and the prompts and the live streams. So what you can do is you can sign up, and it's a 7-day free trial, and I would also like to add blogs to my website. So just little blogs about journaling and like different things, so keep an eye out for that on my website too. Also sign up to my newsletter. You can find the link in my Instagram and also on my website to sign up, so you can start to see all of my newsletters coming through again, so filled with like journaling tips and just different things like that, so keep an eye out for that. Now, what do I want to do on this page? Still have some of this left. I could do this one. This is like the hard part, to kind of envision how something looks. I could do a little mustard. Oh wait, what was I gonna? Yeah, this might be too light. I don't know. We'll give this a go anyway and see how this looks when if I cut out this little. I feel like it's too light against the back of that. I feel like I need to go more with this one. Oh, maybe I could do the books. Yeah, let's do the books. So yeah, I am excited about the changes that I've made, and the things that I have upcoming. Obviously continuing to do lots of stuff on my YouTube. So I will be continuing to do lots of videos here, same as before with my I'll be doing journaling vlogs, plan with me's, and the reading journal. I might be changing up how I do my reading journal. I'm not sure. I'm giving this month one last try in the format that I do it, but I am tempted to change it up because I don't know, I'm just not vibing with it, and I don't want to continue doing it if it's not something I'm feeling. Where is my small scissors, because this is a task with these big ones. So yes, I am contemplating a change of plans with my reading journal. We'll see how it goes. Also, I'm still yet to start my commonplace journal plan, but that will be chatted about in my next journaling journaling vlog, because yes, I am hoping now that kind of things have settled down a little bit, I have a little bit more time to think and do, then I can do a little bit more experimenting with my journaling stuff. So keep an eye out for that video coming in the next couple of weeks as well. I think it's a reading journal video after this one. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure that's what my schedule is. I try to keep the same videos kind of one after the other in order, so that you can kind of tell what's going to come next on my channel, to keep it somewhat consistent. Although taking a week off, that was the first time I've taken a week off in a long time. I can't even remember the last time I didn't have a video, so that's interesting. I think this is going to look really nice. Not to toot my own horn or anything. So I took this opportunity to do this real-time video tonight because my husband is out working. He has a business teaching circus skills, so he's doing a class this evening. So I took the opportunity to do a real-time videoing. Oh, I should have done the big stack. What am I like? Oh well. What's next? Some circles, or do this one? Ooh, or the Once Upon a Time thing. That's cute. Maybe we'll do that. So yes, I decided to take the opportunity to film now, because it means then the office is nice and quiet while the child is sleeping. I can record without worry of any interruptions or noise in the background, and I can just chat away as you do. Maybe I could do this too. This could go in the corner like an actual stamp. Or we put this, let's cut this out a little bit roughly just to get an idea. I could either do this in the corner like this, and then maybe I could do some of these circles or something, or I could do this in the center and do a header and write like the week up here, or like just a little quote of something. No, because then there's a quote here. I do like this little banner though, but what can I put on it? What could I put on it? I could do like this week and then remove this and put in a habit tracker. I don't know, I like this though. Will we do that one? I feel like this is not going to look as nice if I don't cut it out right. So we'll cut this out right. And that might take a while, but we'll see. This is why I like the sticker versions, because then I don't have to spend ages cutting, which I mean, this is therapeutic if I want to sit down and do this. It is something that is quite nice, but when I'm recording it's not as therapeutic, because all I can think about is how much editing I'm going to have to do. So it's very nice to sit and cut and do these things whenever you're just doing it as you wish. But I am very aware that this video could end up very long if I do not do this quickly, so it's going to be a little bit slapdash. That's okay. It'll look fine. But yeah, that's kind of another reason why I did the physical meal tier, because I know not everybody has the time or the resources or maybe the ability to sit and cut out intricate shapes like this. So it gives me the opportunity to give people the sticker sheet versions, so all they have to do is peel it off the back of the sticker sheet, and it makes life that little bit easier, faster for people who maybe don't have the time to sit and cut out individual stickers but still want a nice pretty journal. So yeah, lots of options. You still get the printable version if you're in the mid-meal tier, because you get everything below that tier anyway. So if you wanted to in the future, you still have access to all of the printables. If you want more of a certain type, you can like print as many as you want. which is pretty cool if you have a particular kit you really like and you want to reuse it. There we go. Okay, let's stick this in. And then I think I'm going to leave it there because, whoops, I feel like if I add another weekly spread in, this video is going to go on forever. So I think I will leave it there. I'm tempted to put this little moon in, so let's chop that one out and see where we can go with that, and if not, then I will just finish up. Okay, little moon. I think that would be nice in the corner. So let's carefully cut through that one, and then this will be the end of the video. So this is the part that's going to be frustrating because I might have to cut these in two and stick them down individually because this white's going to look a bit funny, isn't it? Or maybe I just cut around the moon and leave the dot. See, the reason I put the dot in there is because this is my logo. But we can just leave the logo out, the wee little dot out for the sake of ease in cutting things. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching. I really like doing the weekly spreads because it gives me the time to sit down and get them sorted and done, and then it means I don't have to worry about them for a little bit. So I hope you can either just sit and relax and watch alongside me, or maybe you can journal along with me, and it gives you the opportunity to get your weekly spreads done in a nice relaxing environment, and almost serves as like a co-journaling session. I haven't put the dates in here yet, but I do not have green, and I don't think the pink versions are going to look all that great, so I'm going to have a look in my stash later to figure out how I want to do that. But for now, that is us. Like I said, I really hope you enjoyed the video. I have plenty more on my channel. If you want to see more, you can feel free to watch some of the playlists I have on journaling and planning. If you liked this video in particular, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, feel free to subscribe. I hope you're having a great day, evening, whatever time of the day, whatever time of the week it is, and I will see you in the next one.